Hi, welcome to the Wendy Life. Today's show is phenomenal because I got my good friend, Donald Taylor Sr. to stop by. He's a father of 4 and his son is autistic and he has special needs, and him and his family are rocking, and him as the head, as father. You don't want to miss this show. Welcome back. This is a segment I've been wanting to do for so long because my dear friend Donald Taylor Sr. is here, and you are such a phenomenal father. We just want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
I have admired you and respected you for so long because I met you and your wife Dina a while ago,
Yes.
15 to 17 years ago, when Donald Jr. was in therapy with my daughter, Paige. And through the years, I've just kept trying to stay connected with you guys because you're a couple that has stayed together through the storm, which is phenomenal. So just tell us about your family.
Well, me and Dina's been married 31 years.
Wow.
You know, we have 4 kids: Kristen, Caitlin, Donald, and Kaya. And we have a strong bond between the 4 of us.
Nice.
Well, between the 5 of us.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 of us, I'm sorry. 6 of us. And, you know, we have our ups and downs, but we stay strong.
So as a father, as a husband, what is your day-to-day, or, you know, as you go through struggles, as you go through the highs and the lows of having a special needs child, what keeps you in the fight? What keeps you strong?
Well, first of all, you know, everyone has a job to do and a place. They keep them busy. Donald's doing basketball, Kaya's doing soccer, Dina's in school, Caitlin and Kristen are working. I work myself too, so.
See, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big plate. You just tell us about Donald Jr.
Okay, Donald Jr., he attends Speed. He's 21 years old. He's had some struggles in his life. Yeah, he had neuroblastoma cancer at an early age.
I remember.
And he's about to age out pretty soon. So we have to figure out what we need to do with him then. So.
But the awesome thing that I love for you guys is that you do it together.
Oh, sure.
So now Dina, as if you didn't have enough to do, she is going for her doctorate right now. And so you have a little more to do because we have to support her in that journey.
That's correct. So when she walks across the stage, they have to give out 2 diplomas.
Exactly. I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have 3 daughters.
Correct. Around
Donald. Mm-hmm. How do you navigate the attention that Donald required because of his disability and because of when he was going through cancer, with making the girls feel special? Well,
we had a support system too. Dina's mom helped us out. And Kristen and Caitlin, Kaya, they treat Donald just like he's normal. You know, they go through their civil rivalries once in a while, but especially Donald and Kaya, they kind of stay at each other. But for the most part, everybody's loving and patient.
Well, they have a good example, obviously. Yeah. And it's funny you said that they treat him normal. That's kind of what our last guest was saying.
Right.
That you just treat them like they're normal, like there's no big deal. What is, so he plays basketball.
He plays basketball.
Wow. What else does he do?
He's bowling. He loves to bowl. He he plants flowers. He likes to plant. He just loves to stay in the garden all the time. So I had an acre lawn, and I was cutting grass. I can't get him on the lawnmower, but he'll walk that yard and pick up all the trees and stuff like that. He's a nature. I call him nature boy because he likes to be outside.
Yeah. So now, as a father, I wanted to have you on the show because fathers are so important. And being a father with a special needs child is huge. You stayed in it, and that's your boy, I know. So tell me, like, what can you tell fathers out there, whether they have special needs children or just able-bodied children? Like, what would you tell them just to stay in it?
Well, you have to be strong, have good faith, and that's your child, So I gotta have a lot of patience, because it is a lot of distractions out here, but I'm a family man, so I always want to make sure that I stay in the family and make sure we take care of our children.
So how are the girls different? I know my son, who is between two special needs kids, he's a different person because he had that family upbringing. He's more compassionate, he's more understanding, he's more patient. What do the girls have from being around Donald and learning from you and Dina?
Well, they take a lot of patience out of them, especially my oldest two, Kristen and Caitlin. But Kaya, she's the baby, so she's supposed to be in charge. Here, who's this guy here? So he, but they have that between the two of them. They kind of don't see eye to eye, but they love each other because every morning when he wakes up, he's looking for her.
Wow. So tell me some of the things, like, do you and Donald Jr. have time, father-son time together? What do you do?
Well, cut grass.
He doesn't cut grass.
No, he he picks up all the trees.
Okay, it's a team effort.
It's a team effort. I take him bowling and things like that, and I take him to all his functions. When Dina's not available, Dina makes sure she tries to be as much as she can. But we do a lot. Predominantly me, Donald, and Kaya. It was like saying, in the last couple of years, Dina has been doing her thing. So,
so proud of her for doing that. Sure. Wow. Yeah. Now, you're so busy. I'm glad you took time to be here. Tell me, as a dad, and you have these girls watching you, and you have Dina, like your average guy. I mean, as far as society goes, like they're wondering, like, how do you do it all? And I know you said your faith and you said strength. What other ways do you draw strength other than your faith?
Oh, Dina. We communicate. We communicate a lot.
Okay.
We make sure this gets done, that gets done. Who's got to go here? What needs to be done. We're probably moved a couple times in between homes because the house. We need to make sure enough room that everybody's comfortable and things like that. So.
Wow. That's amazing. You're a busy man. Yeah. So do you take, as a man, like, do you have me time?
I enjoy being with Donald.
Wow. Say that again.
I'm
sure he's gonna just tell him to watch that. He's an amazing young man,
he's a good kid.
Just seeing him grow up over the years, he's awesome and amazing. So now, with you and Dina as a couple, how do you find ways just to connect the two of you outside of the family?
Well, Dina said, we have to go spend time to do something together. But then sometimes you have to realize, with Donald being special needs, you just can't leave him with anybody. And Kristen living their life, Caitlin's doing her thing at DePaul. Kristen's graduated from Purdue, so she's, I don't want to put that burden on them. So they are living their life. So a lot of times it's the four of us, me, Donald, Dina, and Dina, and Kaya, and. But me and Dina have to step back because we don't spend time enough together. Right. We have to make time for that to make sure so we keep things in perspective.
Right.
She always stressed that.
Because you're so busy, you have so many things pulling you, especially with his needs.
Sure.
Now, as he's 21 and you're saying he's aged out, what does that mean for people who don't know?
That means he's pretty soon. He's currently he's at Speed District, and at 22 he's out of school, so he's done with school. So then we have to find out if he's going to go to adult care. I currently work. We all work, so the time frames from doing that is kind of different. We have to coordinate that. So that's our next challenge. Figure out what we're gonna do with it.
We'll be right back on WendyLyfe.
Between the ticks of the clock. Available at these retailers.
My parents always told me I could be anything I wanted to be. Just be it with my whole heart, work hard, and God will open doors for me. Things wouldn't come easy, but if I live with purpose, passion, and persistence, God would provide. I am the woman of my dreams, and it wasn't an easy journey to get to her. I am more than who I label myself to be because God is still revealing my destiny. I am Chantal Ashante Hill, the spiritual ballerina.
New episodes every second and fourth Friday on the Road to Eternity channel.
Hi, I'm Tony Davis.
And I'm Nicole Davis.
And we are excited to announce our brand new series,
Family Futures Today, a show that deals with rebuilding relationships, strengthening leaders, and helping couples become better parents.
As marriage and family mentors, it is our desire to be instrumental in helping people establish relationships that are holistic and complete.
Both at home and in the marketplace.
Because we know that marriage done right
is hard work,
but it's worth it.
Family Futures Today. New episodes every first and third Friday on the Road to Eternity channel.
Are you ready for a joy infusion? I'm Dr. Felicity Joy, and my new talk show, The Felicity Joy Show, is just that. I talk to people that are living their dreams and those that are struggling to do the same. So whether you have a dream or you say, I don't even know what my dream is, I have an inspiration guarantee on my talk show, The Felicity Joy Show. Watch it on the Road to Eternity Network, on YouTube every first and third Friday for new episodes.
Is the best of the rest of your life.
All right.
Because we got a special guest here with us. What's his name, baby?
Dr. Dave Martin.
Hey, thank you so much. Great to be with you guys.
I believe in the Word of God. I do. I believe in
the Bible is I say it's the greatest success book ever written.
Sure.
There's a big difference between the person of Jesus and the principles of Jesus.
Yes.
The person of Jesus prepares you for heaven, but the principles prepare you for earth.
Now, I've always wondered, how does a person decide to become a life coach? How does that happen?
Yeah, I think it starts with a heart to help people, to see people live their best life, to make the rest of their life the best of their life. The person of Jesus creates your peace. The principles of Jesus create your prosperity.
Okay.
On the Road to Eternity channel.
Like you, my family is always looking for great movies and TV shows to enjoy together. So you can only imagine how excited I was when we decided to create our very own media ministry, Road to Eternity. We believe in creating entertainment that edifies the soul by developing stories that incorporate faith and hope in people's lives. So whether you're watching a movie or even a television show, we desire to bring you closer to Jesus Christ by releasing entertainment that your family and friends can enjoy. From our family to yours, we thank you for joining us as we take you on this new and exciting journey.
He's 21, and you're saying he's aged out. What does that mean for
That
people who don't know?
means he's pretty soon. He's currently he's at Speed District, and at 22 he's out of school, so he's done with school. So then we have to find out if he's going to go to adult care. I currently work. We all work, so the time frames from doing that is kind of different. We have to coordinate that. So that's our next challenge. Figure out what we're going to do with him.
See, mine is 14, and I have that down the road, but it's close enough for me to kind of.
You just need to think about that.
So as far as you and Dina, do you sometimes have like, I think he should do this, and she thinks, and do you come to something?
We always communicate with each other, and you know we're both on the same page.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I'm sure that's teaching not only your family but other people. I've been watching for a long time, and you probably know that. So how does it feel to know? Now, because you probably don't think about it, you are an example to people who are on the outside looking at you. How does that feel?
I just do what I need to do. So I don't, I love Donald, I love Dina, love the kids, so just do what we need to do.
That's so awesome. I'm glad to have you here. Now, as I have a son who's coming into his adulthood, he's a senior. What can you tell someone like him, people who don't have children yet, like as they get into the manhood, what advice would you give them as far as being a father or a man?
Oh, be patient, be humble, praise God, praise the Lord, reach out, talk, communicate, especially with your spouse and with your loved ones. That's pretty much what I would communicate with someone who asks me.
Now, you mentioned faith a few times. Do you have like certain scripture that, you go to, like, this is one of those days, let me go to the Bible and read this, or you remember it to help you get through the day or the journey that you're going through at that moment?
I kind of reach back and I grew up Catholic. My auntie was a nun for 50 years. Wow. My mom played at church on the organ at St. Philip Neri. She was real strong in her faith and Catholic. So we grew up Catholic. And you always have to, like I said, remember God and pray about things, and then make you stronger.
Yeah. It's true, because I always lean to, I can do all things through Christ. Because some days the plate is so full, I'm just like, okay, I can do all things through Christ. That's like a mantra daily, that I looked forward to. So I was just wondering, like, did you have one? Or do you, as a family, sit down with Donald and teach him, talk about the Bible?
We don't do as much as we should.
It's more by example.
It's more by example, because we do bring him to church, and he enjoys being with us when he goes to church. He can sit there and he recognizes that's the church right there. We go to church on Sunday. He knows that too. So.
Okay, now this is my question, because as a parent, I had to come to terms and find some patience and compassion. The stares. When people, like if you're out with Donald, like I know when I'm out with Christian, sometimes I'll get the stares, like you know something's different with this person. How do you deal with that as a family? And how did you teach the girls to deal with it?
Well, I don't, they just go through the motions. They think Donald's just another brother. Okay. But, my first response when I know, if you look at Donald, you wouldn't tell he's special needs. But when he starts communicating, then you'll know exactly that he's special needs. But then my first instinct, well, he's autistic, and people are receptive to that. They understand when someone's special needs, then they kind of look things differently. Yeah. But for the most part, he looks natural. But when he starts communicating, then he's special needs.
So this is a big question. When you look at your son, like what are you most proud of? Because because it's funny, people look at us and sometimes they feel sorry for us as a parent. And I'm like, no, it's the child. We need to work and make him and give him what he needs. So when you look at Donald, he's 21. Like, what fills you with pride about what he's accomplished or what he's done, or an incident you can share with us?
I'm the enabler at home, so he can't do no wrong.
Okay.
He can't do, if he's getting ready to do this, I'm there to help him, and I need to learn to step back, because I might be hindering him. Dina, hey, go put your jacket on, put your coat on, put your shoes on, put your hat on, brush your hair, clean. Dad's brushing his teeth, combing his hair, putting his coat on. He can do that. So I'm struggling with that. To learn to step back and let him do, because he can't do a lot of things. When we go through his IEP at school and they tell you all the stuff that he can do, and I'm sitting back, man, he does all that.
Nice.
So I need to step back and just let him be Donald.
Yeah. That's a good feeling, though, because the IEP, which is the individualized educational plan for students who need something to help them along in school. You're sitting in front of a table with the teachers, the therapist, the nurse, the principal, and to hear that has to make you feel good. Now, are you there for those?
Yes, we make every appointment.
Wow.
Me and Dina, collectively. I know she missed one because she had an appointment meeting at work. But she was on the phone and stuff like that.
She was there still?
She was there still, yeah.
That's amazing. Now, about therapists and specialists, as far as doctors, how do you deal with those? Sometimes, doctors kind of want to tell you this is what is needed. How do you have that conversation that this is, as a parent, I know what my child needs?
Dina kind of takes the lead on that, because I kind of step back.
I can see that.
Yeah, Dina's kind of take charge. I'm real, then I step back and Dina's in charge. So, if that's what's best for him, I know she's got his best interest in mind.
Wow. I appreciate you coming on and just sharing, because like I said, I don't think society puts enough emphasis on the power of the father's role.
Correct.
And as soon as we were talking about it, I was like, gotta get Donald on the show. So that was important to have you here, and I'm blessed that you were here. Okay, one more time. You're out with Donald, and maybe you're talking, and then people see, okay, something's wrong with him. How do you handle with that emotionally? Like, it breaks my heart. So I'm just like, leave him alone. He's my baby. How do you handle, somebody staring at your child?
I kind of just block it out, really.
Okay.
I don't really pay much attention because, like I said, if you look at Donald, you wouldn't really tell till you start communicating with him. But he's a good kid, and plus his demeanor, he's not real aggressive. So if you look at him, if he sees a pretty face or sees a nice person, somebody nice, he's gonna smile and be happy. He's real happy.
Smile.
Yeah, he likes to smile.
Yeah. Oh wow. Now you've been at the school for all this time. So as a parent, how are you feeling? Okay, he's about to come out of this place that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that's gonna be a struggle. Okay. That's going to be a hard struggle because, we got to start his next phase in life. So I have to figure out what we need to do with that. Because the school district he's been there since he was 3 or 4 or 5 years old, since he started school. So I guess he has to start his next phase in life, and we'll get that figured out.
Well, we know you'll do it together as a family. Thank you again for coming on the show.